Yeah. Let's do this one. Let's do the hacker who stole $3 billion from the web, from the dark web. At this point, nigga, we gotta make it out the hood somehow.
Georgia, November 20.
We gotta make it out the hood some way, somehow, bro. Table. There we go. All right. Yeah, let's get to this. Black Files. Let's see.
2021. Federal agents open an old popcorn tin hidden in a bathroom closet. Inside, a tiny circuit board with something unbelievable. Over 50,000 bitcoins worth more than $3.3 billion. The largest cache of dark web loot ever discovered. For 10 years, no one knew who stole this fortune from the infamous Silk Road marketplace. Until one tiny transfer, just $200, gave the hacker away. How did one soft-spoken millionaire nearly get away with looting the dark web's most notorious market? And how did a single transaction finally bring him down?
That probably was
It's
a girl,
September
man.
2012.
It's always a
Online
woman.
drug bazaars on the dark web are thriving, and Silk Road is the most notorious of them all. Hidden behind Tor encryption, Silk Road is like an eBay for illegal goods, cocaine, guns, hacking services, all sold anonymously. Payments are made in Bitcoin, a new digital currency beyond any government's reach. By 2012, Silk Road's kingpin, Ross Ulbricht, aka Dread Pirate Roberts, is raking in millions in commissions.
Why did he look familiar?
Business is booming. But with all that Bitcoin changing hands, opportunity lurks. Somewhere on the site, a young computer whiz has stumbled onto a vulnerability, a crack in Silk Road's payment system, and he's about to exploit it in spectacular fashion. The plan is bold and deceptively simple. Trick Silk Road's withdrawal system into releasing far more Bitcoin than it should. The 22-year-old hacker creates a handful of fake Silk Road accounts, about 9 in total, using false names and the bare minimum info to register. He isn't there to buy or sell drugs. His dummy accounts are just getaway cars for stealing Bitcoin. First, he deposits a small amount of BTC into one of these accounts, say 500 Bitcoin, worth around $6,600 at the time. Then, in a split second, he triggers a rapid-fire flurry of withdrawal requests. The same account asking to withdraw those 500 BTC 5 times in a row, all within the same second. The Silk Road system is confused. It thinks each request is valid and spits out 500 BTC again and again. In a blink, his 500 BTC deposit turns into 2,000 BTC credited back to him, a net gain of 1,500.
How long ago was this, bro? Because in this time, 2000 BC, 2000, what, bro? 2000 Bitcoin would be crazy, bro. That ass.
Coins. He essentially printed money out of thin air. But would Silk Road notice before it was too late? It feels like hitting the jackpot by finding a cheat code. But he doesn't stop at one round. The hacker repeats this trick over and over across his burner accounts. Another account makes a deposit and then executes over 50 rapid withdrawals before the site can catch on. Each time, the balance in his wallets balloons. In total, he siphons approximately 50,000 Bitcoin from Silk Road's coffers. At 2012 prices, that's only around $600,000, a huge theft. But
bro
not
said
yet
only
life-changing.
600,000. Come on.
Still, it's a sizable chunk of Silk Road's circulating funds. And amazingly, no one notices in the moment. The marketplace's focus is on facilitating trades. A glitch in the withdrawal system isn't immediately obvious amid thousands of transactions. Before the admins can plug the leak, the hacker has escaped into the wind with the funds. He moves quickly to cover his tracks. The stolen Bitcoin is shuffled into different addresses under his control. Within days, he consolidates the loot into just 2 big wallets.
Damn.
One holding 40,000 BTC, and another
My
holding...
thing is, bro, for you to put all this effort, like, the way I be looking at it, for you to put all this effort into doing all this other stuff, bro, you could make money a whole different way, gang. Like, in a legal way. Like, that's what I be thinking. Like, bro, I don't know, bro. For me to put all this effort just for me not to use the money how I would want to use the money, because I still got to be low key with it. Have an eye behind my back, bro. I could be making money a whole different way, gang, and rack it up.
10,000 BTC. Now the Bitcoin sits outside of Silk Road in the hacker's personal
But
stash.
people like this overly
On the
smart,
blockchain,
though.
all anyone
I don't
can
think they
see
be
are coins
noticing.
moving to new addresses. There's no name or IP attached to them. The thief is effectively invisible. He hasn't had to deploy malware or hold anyone at gunpoint or even write fancy code. He just outsmarted the system's timing. It's the perfect digital heist. No alarms, no police, no immediate
Did I just
suspects.
say Uber?
But how long can such a theft remain undetected? By late 2012,
Oh.
whispers of weird inconsistencies in Silk Road's finances may have reached Dread Pirate Roberts. Perhaps Ulbricht or his admins noticed the sudden 50,000 BTC shortfall and realized they'd been conned. We know they quickly fixed the withdrawal bug, but by then it was too late. The coins were gone. And tracing Bitcoin in 2012 is like chasing smoke. Law enforcement barely even understands what Bitcoin is.
I thought that they can't trace. Wait, what? I thought that because it's Bitcoin or because it's a token, you can't like trace it. Am I tripping? I thought that it was like it's its own entity. It's not decentralized. So yeah, wait, what?
At this point, the mysterious hacker vanishes into the depths of the web, leaving no clue to his identity. Silk Road continues operating. It wouldn't be shut down by the FBI until a year later. And for now, no one even knows a historic theft just took place. Who exactly pulled this off? At this stage, it's a nameless figure, a phantom. And that's exactly how he plans to keep it. The hacker has 50,000 illicit bitcoins burning a hole in his pocket. Step 1 of his plan is complete. Now comes step 2. Lie low and don't get caught. He has just become extraordinarily rich in theory. Yet, cashing out or drawing attention could ruin everything. As he shuts his laptop that day in 2012, he must be equal parts elated and terrified. He's gotten away with the perfect crime. But the game isn't over. How do you hide a fortune in a place built to track it?
Yeah.
Weeks turn into months, then years. The Silk Road hacker remains in the shadows, hitting his stolen Bitcoin and saying nothing to anyone. In October 2013, Silk Road is famously busted by the FBI in a San Francisco library, as we talked here in another video. Ulbricht's laptops reveal mountains of evidence of drug deals, but notably not a clue about the 50,000 BTC theft. Yet quietly, a 600K stash of Silk Road Bitcoins is growing into a monster. Bitcoin's price is rising year by year, and the 50,000 BTC that our phantom stole have swelled to tens of millions of dollars, then hundreds of millions. And who is our phantom? His name is James Zhang, but nobody knows it yet. In the real world, James Jimmy Zhang is an unassuming young man from Georgia. In 2012, when he pulled off the hack, he was just 22, a student and self-taught coder living in Athens, Georgia, a place known more for college football than cybercrime. He's smart, but doesn't fit the Hollywood image of a criminal mastermind. Friends later describe him as soft-spoken, polite, and a bit of a tech geek. With his newfound wealth, Jimmy doesn't go on a flashy spending spree. There's no Lambo in the driveway, no Twitter bragging about getting rich off Bitcoin. Instead, he plays it safe and patient. He knows that if he suddenly converts thousands of BTC into cash, authorities will ask questions, especially as governments worldwide start cracking down on crypto crime. So, he hardly touches the main stash. For over a year, the 40K and 10K BTC wallets sit untouched.
Damn.
But how long can anyone stare at a growing fortune and do nothing? Eventually, Jimmy makes careful moves to obscure the funds further. From late 2013 through 2017, he periodically dribbles the Bitcoin into new addresses, splitting them up, moving them around like a shell game. He likely uses cryptocurrency mixers, services that shuffle your coins with others to erase traces, and moves some funds to offshore exchanges with loose regulations. He's effectively laundering the crypto, trying to break any clear link from the coins back to the Silk Road hack. By August 2017, an interesting thing happens.
Damn, so
Bitcoin
all the way from 2012 to 2017, bro, nigga couldn't even touch the bread. Do what I'm saying, though? Like, 5 years it took you just to get, like, I mean, well, damn. 2017, I ain't gonna lie, crypto went up, though. And then now crypto is crazy. So, like, I mean, it just crashed, but still. Nigga, think about it, though. It took you probably, like, 2 years to do that mission. In 2012, you got 600K in Bitcoin. Now you got 600K in Bitcoin. You can run it up, I ain't gonna lie, though. In 7 years, you can run up 600K, though. Yo, Moochie, what's up, bro? You can run up 600K. I'm not gonna lie. I'm telling you, you can. Yeah.
Bitcoin undergoes a hard fork, spawning a new offshoot called Bitcoin Cash.
And you can't even enjoy the money how you would
Anyone
want
holding
to, though.
Bitcoin automatically receives an equal amount of BCH in a new wallet. Jimmy suddenly finds himself
Well,
with
I saw your stream
50,000
yesterday, and you know what's crazy? I was gonna click. I was literally gonna click, and I was in my bed. I'm like, let me go watch this, and I was watching a video on financing thing, and then I knocked out. I'm not gonna hold you. I don't sound excited enough, bro. It's cause, bro, I'm drained today, bro. I'm really drained today. They already told me that, but I'm drained. I'm drained. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't go to the gym. I ain't do no clips. I ain't do nothing. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what it is. I've been in that mood, bro. I just been in that mood. Okay, I'm sorry. All right, I'm sorry. What's up, Mushi? Okay, I'm gonna get out my feelings.
BCH on top of his BTC hoard. He wastes no time cashing those out, converting all that BCH into an extra 3,500 Bitcoin. It's like a bonus reward for his patience. His total haul is now about 50,500 BTC, currently well over $200 million.
I bet y'all niggas, I bet y'all don't even know about the person. The person, he went and traded Bitcoin to get pizza, bro. A nigga went and traded Bitcoin to get pizza. Y'all niggas don't know about that person, bro. If I was that person, I'd be sick, bro. And I know that piece of shit gotta be up now.
2017 and climbing. By 2019, Bitcoin's value is exploding, hovering in the 10K, 20K range.
No, that's a fact.
Jimmy Jong's trove is worth hundreds of millions, then billions on paper. He has quietly become one of the richest Bitcoin holders on Earth, and no one knows. He channels some of this wealth into legitimate ventures,
bro, it's good.
likely to launder
I'm not
it
at
into
night,
clean
bro.
money.
I'm good.
In Memphis, Tennessee, he invests about...
I'm never in too bad of a mood to give you energy yet. For real. You know what I mean? I'm just, you know, I just gotta, you know.
$9.5 million into
Ain't no money in the feelings. That's a fact.
Company, gaining an 80% stake in a major property project. He also amasses physical silver and gold bars and holds cash. By the time agents eventually catch up to him, he has $661,000 in cash, plus gold and silver bars stashed away. These are prudent measures. He's diversifying the illicit wealth into assets that can't be frozen on a blockchain. All the while, law enforcement is evolving. The IRS, FBI, and blockchain...
Let me look at this, man. I'm so cute to be sad. Chill. You make me nervous now. See? Now if I block my camera, then I'm moving different. Oh my gosh, bro. Yo, the stock market. Oh my gosh, the stock market went so up today, bro. Yo, you don't even understand, bro, nigga. My investment. Oh my. All right, hold on. Let me. Is Bitcoin decentralized? Decentral. And what does isn't decentralized meaning that the government has no control over it? So why is the FBI? Bitcoin is just peer-to-peer digital currency operating with no central bank or government authority. See, so if they have no government authority, then why the fuck is the feds looking into Bitcoin? That's what I'm saying. You know what's crazy, bro? A lot of niggas, bro, y'all niggas are on. Nigga, y'all niggas, bro, y'all be on dick, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. All right, let me chill. But y'all do be on dick, bro. Niggas be like, Alex, you not smart, X, Y, and Z, bro. I'm telling you, it's only the streamer brain, bro. Every streamer knows. Nigga, I'm the smartest nigga, bro.
Analysis companies are getting much better at tracing crypto. The Silk Road case isn't completely forgotten. Those who investigated Ulbricht knew there was this cache of Bitcoin missing from the site's accounts. They just had no idea who had taken it. Over the years, blockchain sleuths traced the 50K BTC to a set of addresses. But those addresses sit dormant.
I think what I'm gonna do, all right, this is the last time I pause it. I think the next thing I'm gonna do is make a public account, because I have my own investing account. But then I'll make like a public account for niggas in Discord. And I'm gonna show niggas, I'm literally gonna show y'all niggas how y'all can rack up bread. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything that I make from Twitch, I'm gonna use that to invest in this new account. And then I'm gonna show niggas how to go from $0 in an account to a lot of breach. Word.
Or hop through mixers, frustrating any leads.
We up 42% from last year, nigga.
The investigators don't know the thief's name,
Talk to me
but
nice.
They know the coins are out there. They can only hope that someday somehow the person holding them will slip up. Jimmy Jong, meanwhile, believes he's been careful enough to be invisible. Nearly a decade has passed since his audacious heist. He's living comfortably, perhaps thinking he's beaten the odds. Wouldn't you? He'd pulled off what seemed like the perfect crime, and time was on his side. But the thing about perfect crimes is, they don't exist. At some point, everyone makes a mistake. After years of restraint, Jimmy is growing more confident that he's in the clear. And confidence breeds risk.
Yep.
Sometime in 2019, he decides to cash out just a tiny bit of his fortune. A test, maybe, or simply a taste of the luxury he's denied himself. The amount is laughably small given his hoard. About $200 worth of Bitcoin, pocket change. He sends it from one of his wallets to an account on a popular cryptocurrency exchange. Perhaps he's curious to see if he can liquidate larger sums this way. The exchange, however, isn't some unregulated offshore haven. It follows strict KYC, know your customer rules.
Oh shit.
He makes one tiny transfer, one traceable name. And just like that, Jimmy's perfect disguise begins to crack. Could a $200 mistake really solve a decade-long heist?
You see what I'm saying though? $200? I can't make a $200 transfer, bro, and be in the clear, nigga. Yeah, bro, like, how, bro, I know how, bro, what, bro, there's plenty of ways to make it 200. There's plenty of ways to make it 200. I made three. Nah, yeah, that's it. I can't.
The blockchain never forgets.
But bro, there's way,
that
bro.
$200 transfer does what law enforcement couldn't do for years. Connects Jimmy's secret
And it's
hoard
legal though.
to his
Like,
real
I don't
identity.
understand.
Here's how it goes down. When Jong moved that small amount of Bitcoin, the transaction combined inputs from two sources. One input came from his Silk Road loot wallet, and another came from a wallet tied to his verified exchange account. In an instant, Chainalysis agents spot a red flag. Their algorithms see that some of the crypto entering the exchange account can be traced back to the 2012 Silk Road hack. This is exactly the break investigators have been waiting for. They quietly obtain KYC data from the exchange, the name, email, and even login IP address of the account that received the $200 deposit. The name is James Jong. The IP address? Gainesville, Georgia. After 10 years, they finally have him. Imagine being the agent on this case. One day, out of the blue, a long dormant trail lights up, and you have a real identity after a decade of dead ends.
Crazy.
The investigation kicks into high gear. Federal agents start surveilling Jong discreetly. Who is this guy? They find he's been living a low-key life in Georgia, not on the run, not spending lavishly enough to draw attention. It's almost too ordinary, which in a way confirms they've got the right man. By late 2021, the feds have gathered enough evidence for a search warrant. They suspect that Jong still possesses a mind-boggling amount of Bitcoin, likely stored in devices in his home. They also know that such digital evidence can vanish with a keystroke, so they plan the raid carefully to catch him off guard. November 9th, 2021. It's showtime. IRS criminal investigation agents, accompanied by other federal officers, descend on Jong's house in Gainesville. We don't know if Jimmy got any warning, perhaps a loud knock and the dread words, FBI, open up, or maybe they quietly entered while he wasn't home. Either way, they flood in and secure the premises. Jong is caught, and for the first time, the mystery man and the stolen Bitcoin are in the same room as law enforcement. But finding 50,000 Bitcoin is not like finding a briefcase of cash.
Thanks.
The agents have to hunt for digital storage devices that could be anywhere. A laptop, a hard drive, a USB stick, even written down keys. The search turns into a digital treasure hunt through closets, under floorboards, inside boxes, and even in the subscribe button of this channel.
But that's
in the closet
crazy though. See, but if I was the nigga to do some shit like that, nigga, I'm not, bro. If I was to do the crime here, nigga, I won't be here, nigga. But that'll be the first thing I'll do. I do that transfer, bro. They see my IP, nigga, I'm over somewhere else, nigga. I already moved locations. I'm all the way in Antarctica with it. Can't catch me. I'm gone. I'm off the grid. I gotta, bro, you gotta, oh, bro, people just, I don't know. Especially something like this, bro, you can't track, you can't tell when they caught you. You would never know if they caught you until they raid the wrong house, and then you'd be like, okay, they on my ass. You know what I mean? Like I
Of
gotta
a
do something.
bathroom, an agent finds a Cheetos popcorn tin sitting on a shelf, oddly
Okay.
heavy. Inside, buried under a jumble of blankets, is a single-board computer, similar to a Raspberry Pi, attached to a circuit board. It's a DIY hiding spot for a tiny crypto wallet device. And on
Wow.
that device, the keys controlling 50,491 Bitcoin.
Niggas is crazy,
Jackpot.
bro.
In a hidden underground floor safe, they find another stash of hard
Niggas,
drives, along with cash
nigga,
and
all
precious
that
metals.
work for that though.
It takes a while to verify. But when
All
the
that
numbers are
work for
added up,
that.
the agents realize they've just seized the second largest pile of cryptocurrency in DOJ history. Over $3.36 billion worth of Bitcoin is now in custody, all traced back to the Silk Road heist. One investigator later quips that this case shows they'll follow criminals even to a circuit board in the bottom of a popcorn tin. As the news breaks, the world is stunned by the revelation. Who on earth is Jimmy Jong, a soft-spoken 32-year-old nobody, now unmasked as
Damn.
possibly the biggest individual crypto thief ever? Unlike the notorious Dread Pirate Roberts, Jimmy never became a dark web kingpin or public enemy. He was the invisible nemesis in Silk Road's story. And ironically, stealing from an illegal drug market perhaps kept him safer for longer. The drug dealers couldn't exactly report the theft to police, and the whole episode flew under the radar. But justice was coming, slowly but surely. With overwhelming evidence in hand, the blockchain trail, the devices, the money, Zhang has little choice but to cooperate. In early 2022, likely hoping for leniency, he voluntarily hands over another 1,004 BTC that agents hadn't recovered in the raid. Perhaps additional
This nigga,
coins he
man.
had stored elsewhere or memorized the keys for.
This nigga being
Becomes
generous
clean.
now.
In November 2022, James Zhang pleads guilty to wire fraud for the Silk Road theft. Investigators and prosecutors are almost in awe of the case. It's not every day you solve a 10-year-old crypto mystery and recover billions. At Zhang's sentencing in April 2023, the judge notes the extraordinary circumstances. Wire fraud involving a darknet marketplace could have meant up to 20 years in prison. But because Jimmy cooperated fully, surrendered all 3.3B in Bitcoin, and had no other criminal conduct, the judge shows some mercy. The verdict, 1 year and 1 day in prison.
What? Nah, niggas playing though. Niggas is playing though. 1 year and 1 day in prison, bro. And bro, the crazy thing is the judge just added the 1 day though. He just wanted to add the 1 day on some petty stuff. 1 year and 1 day? That's nothing. We back to the drawing board. I'll be thinking of ways that I could do it better next time. That's what I'm thinking in jail. If all I have is 1 year in jail, bro, and I'll take that. I'll take that. You know what's crazy, bro? Who the fuck was it? I think it was Tommy. No. I was watching some podcast off stream, bro. And it was talking about like white crimes versus black crimes. And like one of the white people in the cell, the way that he taught somebody else how to make money was because he said he did it like through a loophole. And then that's when he was like, yo, the reason why that a lot of our skin color, the reason why we get locked up is because we do dumb crimes like robbing people, harming the society. Like, of course, you're going to get time more. If you do stuff like little fraud or transfer things, bro, that shit, like, that's barely no time to them.
Just
Especially up to a certain amount, too. Like, bro, y'all don't be thinking, gang.
366 days behind bars. And
I
after
give y'all
that,
ideas, but I'm just saying.
supervised release. And of course, he forfeits all the assets from the crime. It's a remarkably light punishment compared to, say, Ross Ulbricht's life sentence, already free thanks to Donald Trump, of whom we
Damn.
also have a video in the channel. Essentially, Jimmy Zhang traded a decade of risky freedom for 1 year in prison. He almost got away with everything. But in the end, he loses his immense fortune and a year of his life. As he's led away in handcuffs, one can only imagine what's on Jimmy's mind. Regret at that one tiny
Damn, that's
mistake
crazy.
after years of caution. Relief that the saga is finally over and he's not facing decades in prison. Perhaps both. His story leaves law enforcement with a kind of grim satisfaction, Another message to crypto criminals that blockchain anonymity only goes so far. In the words of the U.S. Attorney, we will follow the money and hold you accountable, no matter how sophisticated your scheme and no matter how long it takes.
Yeah.
It took almost 10 years, but they kept their promise. The mystery was over. But do you think the punishment matches the crime? Jimmy Jong pulled off the biggest crypto heist you've never heard of, but he wasn't the only one who made history on the Silk Road. To see how the dark web's most infamous empire rose and fell, and how a single laptop brought it crashing down, watch our episode about the dark web's first empire, Silk Road.
Okay, man. That was a good video, bro. That was a good video. Man, bro, what? Tripping.